The girl was set up by her younger sister, losing her status as the Mu family's heiress. 5 years later, she returned to her home country with adorable twins, determined to reclaim everything that belonged to her. Woman, you have the guts to intrude into my exclusive lounge. From now on, be my woman, a voice echoed. Leah Mu woke up abruptly on the plane. She had the same dream again. Seeing her mom having a nightmare, the two children quickly comforted her, and Leah movedly embraced them in her arms. Inside the airport, Leah was asking the children what they wanted to eat when a distant exclamation caught her attention. Approaching the scene, she discovered a child had fainted. At that moment, a handsome man lifted the boy and immediately reprimanded his assistant nearby. You idiots. I told you bring Oscar's medicine along with you. Then, he instructed someone to prepare a car to take the child to the hospital. Leah noticed that the child had similar allergic symptoms to Matthew, so she approached the man, mentioning that her child also had the same allergy and took out the medicine she carried. Glancing at the medicine name, the man said, Yes, it is. Please give my son 2 of those pills. Upon hearing this, Leah fed 2 pills to Oscar. Looking at the well-behaved child, she thought to herself, this child is so lovely, just like Matthew and Rosa. After taking the medicine, Oscar felt much better. The man invited Leah to accompany them to the hospital, expressing gratitude in advance. As Leah was about to decline, a pair of small hands grabbed her sleeve. Auntie, come with us, please. Leah reluctantly agreed, and Oscar immediately became happy, saying, Auntie, you're so nice. It would be great if you were my mom. On the way, Matthew said to Leah, Mom, this little boy looks a lot like you. Leah was startled by his words. It was true, they did bear a resemblance. Perhaps it was just a coincidence. At the same time, the man in the front row was also puzzled. He felt like he had seen Leah somewhere before. In the hospital, the doctor reassured the man that Oscar would be fine after some rest, thanks to timely medication. After the doctor left, the man asked his assistant, Has Scarlett not arrived yet? Leah was shocked, thinking, what's the relationship between him and Scarlett? At that moment, a short-haired woman pushed open the door. William, how's Oscar? William told her that the doctor said Oscar was fine. Just as she breathed a sigh of relief, she noticed Leah sitting nearby, suddenly becoming astonished and fearful. Scarlett exclaimed in fear, Leah, what are you doing here? You're not dead. Leah replied calmly, What? You seem disappointed to see me. Did you do something to me back then? Scarlett forced composure and said, How could it be? Everyone thought you were dead after being missing for so long. However, she felt a sense of panic inside, determined not to let William and Leah meet. Just then, William approached and asked if they knew each other. Scarlett explained, William, she is my father's the other daughter, Leah. She left home, pregnant without being married. We looked for her for a long time, but couldn't find her. William looked at the woman in front of him and wondered how the once prestigious Mu family heiress could do such a thing. Suddenly, Matthew stood in front of Leah, angrily shouting, My mom isn't like that. You're a bad woman. I won't let you slander my mom. Scarlett taunted Leah for not being able to educate her child, but Oscar, who was lying in the hospital bed, sat up to stop her. Leah then said there was nothing else to discuss and that she would leave. She took the 2 children's hands and, before departing, she said to Scarlett, Tell your mother that sooner or later I will take back what belongs to me, and that she'd better be ready for it. Scarlett tried to sow discord, saying to William, Our parents searched for her for so long, and instead of being grateful, she speaks like this. It's really heartbreaking. At this moment, Oscar got off the bed and pleaded pitifully, Auntie, can you not go? I don't want you to leave. Leah gently touched Oscar's head and said she had something to do today but promised to come and see him another day. Scarlett was extremely angry. Oscar, I am your mother. However, to her surprise, Oscar clung tightly to Leah's leg and shouted at Scarlett, I don't want you to be my mother. I hate you. Leah embraced him. Children have the most sensitive intuition. If Oscar hated Scarlett so much, could it be that Scarlett had done something bad? Suddenly, Scarlett forcefully pulled Oscar away and scolded him, I love you so much. How could you hate me? Then she discreetly pinched his waist, causing him to cry out in pain. Leah hurried over to stop her. Seeing Leah approaching, Scarlett wanted to create the illusion that it was Leah who had harmed Oscar. She let go of him, hoping he would fall, but luckily, Leah caught him in time. As Scarlett watched Leah comforting Oscar, she thought to herself that Leah was so lucky. At that moment, Leah looked at William and said, "What's wrong with you? Your son is crying like this, and you don't even care. He is in a relationship with Scarlett, that means he's probably not a good person either." William felt somewhat frustrated. It was clearly Scarlett who hurt the child, so why was he being blamed? He then approached Scarlett, saying, "If you harm Oscar, I won't spare you." Scarlett trembled. "Sorry, William. I was just too anxious." Then, she apologized to Oscar. "Don't be mad at me, okay?" Oscar turned his head away, refusing to acknowledge her. William frowned. "Since he doesn't want to see you, you should head back." Scarlett wanted Leah to leave too, but William advised her not to meddle. Scarlett had no choice but to leave in disappointment. Matthew and Rosa, witnessing everything, admired William. "That man is amazing." Leah put Oscar back on the bed, reminding him not to run around as he was still recovering. William saw this scene and thought that Oscar rarely got close to anyone, so maybe Leah could take care of him for a while. At this moment, Rosa reminded her mom that her competition was approaching. Leah was startled. "Oh no, how could I have forgotten about the important matter?" She quickly excused herself, preparing to take the children to the competition, but was caught by William's wrist.